so you guys don't know what this is all about, do you?
Kind of.
Kind of.
Explained a little bit.
I did, didn't I? Okay, alright. Who are we still waiting for, besides Craig?
I'm here in spirit.
Okay,
I think that's it.
we got everybody? Why do I feel like we're missing?
Well, we're
It's
missing
just 'cause the
Miranda.
rooms, so the room's bigger, you're probably
Yeah.
used to
Miranda,
a smaller
Rihanna.
office.
Rihanna.
Miranda, but Miranda's been MIA all day, so I don't know where she's at.
Okay. Okay, so Javier is on the line. Are you
Okay.
ready to get started? Or should we wait a few? Oh.
Yep, wait a couple minutes.
Yeah, I guess we
4
got a
minutes.
couple minutes. Oh, good, I can hold this one. So I see things have picked back up over the last week or so, huh? Is that right?
Yeah, you know, I think a lot of people were on the fence with this hope brings you home.
Yeah.
And then when they realized that, you know, the government wasn't calling their bluff, they're starting to get off the fence and get back into their buying habits again. But some people were thinking, oh, they're gonna release more money, let's just wait. No, they're not.
It's done.
They don't have it, yeah.
Yeah, I saw this morning, boy, it's been pretty slow all of July and even the first 2 weeks of August, and all of a sudden, you guys must have been busy working last week, because like, the orders just came flying in the door this morning.
Well, people, yeah, their excuses are over at this point. You know, kids are back in school and, you know. And I think we're gonna see an extended buying season through probably end of October, in my opinion, based off of the trend for this month. You know, normally end of August, we start to slow down, but I think we're gonna kick this can down the road a little bit.
Good.
So, and I think
Like it.
that next year we're gonna have a harder market than we did this year.
Yeah, I think they're through, at least through 2020.
So that'll be exciting. Waiting for.
Somebody's breathing into the mic.
Is that you, Javier? We hear ya. Where is the,
It
We
would
know
be on
Ryan
that
Pinda.
computer.
who?
Ryan Pinda, I think it's.
Pineda?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I know that name.
Yeah, he's got a little flipping business. He was a former pro ball player. He and Josh are pretty close in the flipping world.
Yeah.
I don't know that they're close friends or anything, but yeah,
I think
he wrote a book, and it's picking up a lot of traction.
Really?
Yeah, and he's doing really well with it. So
What, was he a baseball?
yeah.
That's
I
why.
think on the A's.
Hey, Edson, how you doing?
Yeah. Hey. Oh, great.
He ran to the restroom?
He ran to the restroom.
Yeah, so give him a second, he'll be back.
He washed his hands before he signed.
Just a heads up.
There's that C personality coming out.
We got pair of gloves. All right, so at 10:30 you can start, but yeah, I want to know if you knew him.
Yeah, I think I know his name, and I think I probably met him before.
Small
but
little
no.
brokerage, he's a broker owner. I think he's got 4 or 5.
What's his shop?
I got it.
What's the name of it?
I don't remember.
That's pretty. That'll cheer you up real quick.
Oh, he's a good guy.
Colorful Nelson.
Mhm.
I like the yellow band on
You
it.
completely break down emotionally when you have one too.
That's what you
I'm
get
not
for the
against it.
breakdown.
Huh?
Help you break through.
I need that breakdown.
Yeah.
I'll break down.
Look, you just right
Real
there.
men cry.
You gotta break
Real
down.
men cry,
and
right?
Yeah.
break through.
Yeah.
Show tears, they wear their heart on their sleeves,
Yeah.
something like that.
Jamie, I think our toenails.
Do they? I love these colors.
know.
Summertime. Yeah, they're really close. I need a petty though. Look at that. And a fill. Always need a fill.
Yeah, I know, it doesn't last very long.
All right, well, we are at 10:30, so, Javier, where are you? Are you there?
Let us know how.
We're viewing his
All right.
screen.
So maybe at the very bottom it says start
I
video.
can hear him breathing.
Yeah, that's, Javier, can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Maybe
So-
you need to be by that computer.
Can you guys hear him? Javier, say, okay. I don't know how to turn this up
He's
anymore.
doing his thing right now.
Microphone.
And everyone
everyone hear me okay?
Yes. Okay, Javier, it's your show, so when you're ready.
Okay, so this is the little 2.0 presentation I normally give. Is there anything specific that you guys wanted me to cover, or did you just want me to cover what I normally cover?
Okay, so this group has not seen Active Farm at all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is not, okay.
Start from the beginning.
Apologies, this was the group that you were going to see when you were
Is
here,
that too much?
that they had a bunch of people on vacation.
This one?
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, they have not seen anything when it comes to Active Farm.
Okay, so can they see the PowerPoint on the screen now?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Active Farm. My name is Javier. I'm actually Javier the Third. My dad's Javier the Fourth, my dad's Javier the Third. I'm Javier the Fourth, and my dad's the one who created the product. We've been working with titles and real estate for about 20, 25 years, and after doing that for so long, he came out with ActiveFarm.com. And so I'm going to start off the presentation today by saying, what do real estate agents need? We think it's pretty simple. We think you guys need listings, so I'm going to work backwards on how this system gets you guys listings. First, we have to start with, why do people sell homes? So there's a lot of reasons on why someone might sell their home. One of them might be their home is too small. There was an increase in family size, they had a baby, something like that, and they're looking to move. Upgrade is the American way. We tend to get bigger paychecks and want more stuff. Fix, rectify a purchase mistake. You know, I bought a house with a patio. I thought that'd be enough room for me and my dog, but I really want a house with a backyard so my dog has some room to run around and play. We have job transfer. This can be buying or selling, but a job transfer normally requires a move. Personal relationships, these can be positive or negative. Couple moving in together, a couple splitting up. In that case, it could even be two people moving. Neighborhood change, a school could have went bad. There could be a better school in another school district, something like that. I moved for that when I was younger, so they might be looking to move there. We also have empty nesters. My dad's 3 years away from being an empty nester. I'm the oldest of four, so maybe he's looking to downsize, doesn't need as much space anymore. People who want to see their family more often, a really good example of this is a daughter moves away with her husband. Daughter gets pregnant, so mom and dad want to move closer to be with daughter. You also have people who want to see their family less often. Maybe they need a little bit of space from their family. Retirement is a very common one. My grandmother's an example of this. She retired, she downsized her home, and used the rest of her money to travel the world. It was really awesome to see. Health problems is another very common one. My grandfather's an example of this. He had a stroke, was put into a wheelchair, so he needed to move to a more wheelchair-accessible home. You have deferred maintenance. People don't want to deal with all of that maintenance, all those old utilities. They want new. They'd like to defer that. Home improvement perfectionist. This is the person who always has new color on the wall, always remodeling something in the kitchen. Whatever it may be, they can't stay in the same place for too long. Things tend to get a little stagnant. Cash and equity. Someone could be sitting on their home for 20, 30 years and all of a sudden realize how much equity they have in their home. Maybe they're looking to cash in on that. Maybe they're looking to move. Lifestyle change. This can be anything from winning the lottery to a job promotion, something like that, would sometimes require a move. And the last one we have is a death in the family. It's kind of an obvious one. People want to get away from those bad vibes, that negative energy. They're looking to start fresh.
Or birth.
So we have all these reasons on why people sell homes, so we have to ask the question, so what do we need? Well, we need marriages, we need births, we need empty nester lists, we need deaths, we need distressed property notifications, we need data analytics to tie it all together, and we need divorces. So no longer the days of you guys getting a CSV or an Excel file, figuring out how to sort it and get some form of output. We do that for you now and in the future, meaning once you get your form sent to you that one time, that's the last time it needs to get sent to you. After that, we update it every 15 minutes so that you guys have ownership data updated daily. We have life events, we have marriages, births, deaths, divorces, notice of default, notice of trustee sales. I'm just going to talk about these life events for a second and how we collect them. So we obviously look at county records, but we like to do a couple different other things. One thing that we pride ourselves on is getting you guys these events pre-event, and how we do that is marriages, for example. We are a website hosting company, So we set up a marriage website where a bride can go in there with her fiance, enter in where the wedding's happening, all the important dates for the wedding. They can enter in all the people attending the wedding so they can stay up to date. There's a blog feature, picture sharing feature. They can enter their registry in there, so on and so forth. And we send that wedding company to all the marriage conventions in the nation to try and get brides to sign up for this service. That's just one thing that we do. Another thing that we do is a little bit Big Brother, but we are looking at social media. So we're looking at hashtag I just got engaged, or a pregnancy. Those gender reveals are really popular right now. We're looking at that stuff as well. With deaths, an important thing that we do with deaths is we look at the affidavit of death. The affidavit of death is important because it doesn't need to be filed right away. It only needs to be filed when they're trying to do an ownership change or sell the property. So it's a really good indicator on when someone might be making a move. Divorces, we host lawyers' websites, we host divorce information websites, and a quick story on divorces and why these life events are a little sensitive. So someone bought a divorce deed from us about 5-6 months ago, and it happened to be her next door neighbor. So she walked next door, knocked on the door, said, "Why are you guys getting divorced? What happened? Yada, yada, yada." The couple denies it adamantly, saying, "No, they're not getting divorced. Where did you get this information from? Go away." So she calls us back very angry, saying we gave her a bad lead, and she wants her money back. So we give her her money back. A couple months later, she calls us back and says, "Hey, I'm sorry, that couple actually did end up getting divorced. What happened was is the husband filed for divorce without telling his wife." And I always love to tell this to everyone because these life events are sensitive. A lot of the times they're free events, and I don't want anyone going next door knocking, asking why they're getting divorced. Notice of default, notice of trustee sale. We host the 2 biggest distressed property sites in the nation. So you guys are getting this data when they entered into their back-end portal. You don't have to wait that 30, 45 days, whatever it may be, for the county to process that information. We also have email notifications on when this life event data is available inside of your farm. And with this life event data, 75% of our life event data has listed or sold their home in the last 12 months. So very valuable and very accurate data there. We also have a sales heat map over time, which is a new feature that just came out, which I'll show you guys in a little bit. We have a walking farm app, which syncs live with the cloud, so anything you do on the app will be available on the online portal and vice versa. We have an email marketing system and an instant mail merge system with 144 plus pre-built emails and 44 plus pre-built marketing letters. We have premium cell phones and premium email addresses. I'm just going to talk about these for a second and how we collect these as well. So we don't buy any of our data from a third party. We actually collect all of our data ourselves. The best way we collect phone numbers and emails is by giveaways, and our best example of a giveaway is last year the Dodgers went to the World Series. So we bought Dodgers World Series tickets and we gave them away on our website. What someone has to do is they have to go onto our site and enter in their address where they receive mail. Can't be a P.O. box or anything like that. We require that we mail out the tickets. Their email address, their cell phone number, and their cell phone provider. After that, there's a little disclaimer at the bottom letting them know what we're going to do with that information. No one really reads that. They click OK, and then after that, they're sent a verification email. If they don't verify their email, we throw the whole record away. If their cell phone number doesn't match up with their cell phone provider, we also throw the whole record away. So in the case of the Dodgers World Series game, we netted about 50,000 records. We gained about 80,000, and we just lost about 30 to people not verifying their email, to the cell phone not matching up, so on and so forth. But we do stuff in Vegas, like hotel giveaways, show giveaways, Golden Knights tickets. When the Raiders get out there, we'll do that stuff as well. But that's just some of the ways we collect data out in Vegas. You have instant farm delivery from customer service. So you just let them know what subdivision you want, what zip code you want. You want the red house, the blue house, whatever it may be, and they can drop that in there for you. You also have the ability to create your own farm live, which is a new feature that just launched for you guys, and I'll show you that in a little bit as well. We have property profiles inside of the system. I love our property profiles. Reason being is if you save the property profile inside of the system, the next time you go into it, whether it's 6 months, a year later, we run all of that data to make sure it's accurate and current, so you're not getting anything outdated. We have document view from history, which is available inside of those property profiles and clickable via link. We have a price reduction report, which is a new feature that's going to be coming out soon. Essentially what the price reduction report does is it lets you know what that property would sell for in 30 days, 60 days, and 90 days. So very valuable information there. We also have comps reports inside of the system as well. So a little bit about what you get with those animated stats. The first stat you see here is that turnover ratio, and that is based off of the last 12 months. You have the average stay year, or the average time someone stays inside of their home, inside of that farm. The average sale price, number of records, recent buyers, out-of-state owners, absentee, owner-occupied, new homeowners, long-term homeowners. Those are all those micro farms, and I'll cover those a little bit more when we get inside of the system as well. We also have a bunch of graphs to go along with these. They are dynamic, they are exportable, so if you hover over them, you can get a little bit more insight onto what they are saying as well. We have user-created farms. This is a new feature that was just been added. When you log in, if you guys haven't created an account yet, it's kind of just going to be a blank screen. In the top left-hand corner, there's a Create a Farm button. You click that button, you can type in an address, city, or zip code to take you to where you would like to be on the map. You just draw that farm. The hand is what you use to move that map around. This little icon is what you use to actually draw that farm. So you just draw that farm, click continue. There's some basic filters there that you can choose from, like SFR, condominium, commercial. For all the advanced farms, you're going to want to actually go to Chicago Title and have them do those farms for you. But after you do that, you could get records or get count. It's going to get the amount of records available inside of that farm for you. You click continue, you name that farm, and then it's available inside of your farm manager. These are the property profiles. So you just click the property profile button in the top of the screen. You type in that address you want that property profile for. Very long, very detailed. It can be branded for you as well if you'd like. And that deed of trust is an example of one of those document views we have from history inside of those property profiles. Positive and negative equity. This is one of my favorite micro farms of the entire system. Reason being is because you have the ability to mail merge this into a letter. So this example letter here says, I see your home has an estimated value of their AVM, and your loan amount due is your loan amount due, giving you a positive equity value of approximately X. A really common thing that happens with these letters is someone will go into the equity section, filter by positive, send out these letters. They'll get a call back a day or two later, and someone will say, hey, you said my loan amount due is $821. Well, it's really $818. At that point, you just say, sorry, I was a couple dollars off, but now you've started a conversation with that person, a new relationship. They might not have known they had equity or how much, so very valuable and powerful information here. Our email marketing system follows all the email laws of the ICANN Spam Act of 2006. All the emails come from you. We have 144 plus pre-built emails. We have 16 pre-built campaigns. All of our emails and campaigns are also editable as well. Some of the campaigns we have are holidays, holiday secondary, daylight savings, and task clients. Along with all of these campaigns and emails, we also give you a statistical breakdown of how well your email marketing is doing, so you can make any adjustments if need be. Our mail merge system has about 44 plus pre-built letters in there. I actually think there's 55 exactly in there. We have 30 plus mergeable fields. These mergeable fields inside of the system are going to be known as tags. That could be anything from lot size, first owner, first name, equity, so on and so forth. You can also build your own, and all of these are editable as well. And they do output as a PDF, meaning if you do a mail merge to, let's say, 55 records, you're then going to get emailed a 55-page PDF of what you would then need to print out and mail out. Our walking farm app has had a significant update since this, but when you log in, it's going to be the same login as the online portal. You're just going to use, you just need that account created on the online portal first. But when you log in, you're going to see My Farms, Walking Farm, Polygon Farm, and Property Profile. If you click on My Farms, you're going to see all of your farms, whether they were created in the app, the online portal, or customer service dropped them in for you. If you click into a farm, you'll get those addresses of that farm, and if you click inside of that property, you can get more property information on those properties inside of that farm. If you click inside of Walking Farm, it's going to take you to your current location. So really important when you download the app, you click allow to let it use your locations, and some of the features do require that. But you'll just draw where you want to walk, You'll click next, and then after you click next, it's gonna give you a detailed description over those properties, letting you know whether or not they are owner occupied or a renter. I don't have a picture of the Polygon farm here, but with that Polygon farm, it's a little different than the walking farm. Instead of drawing where you'd like to walk, you're gonna actually click. So you just click around the screen where you'd like that Polygon farm to be. You'll click continue. After that, it gives you the turnover rate for 12 months and 24 months. We do give you the turnover rate for 24 months there, but keep in mind, any other time you see the turnover rate inside of the system, it is based off of the last 12 months. After that, if you click next again, you also get the detailed description letting you know whether or not these properties are owner occupied or a renter as well. So like I said before, the app does update through the cloud, so anything you do on the app will be available on the online portal and vice versa. So a little bit about what the competition does not provide. A very powerful free version. Most of our site is free, and I will be going over what's free and what's not in a second. We have the Polygon Farm tool, extended property data, branded property profiles, farm management system, farm automated update system, premium lead data, that email marketing system, the mail merge tool, those pre-built marketing letters, active listing overlay, positive and negative equity analysis, and the integrated walking farm app. For free, you get to manage unlimited farms. You get to edit farm data, output CSV, email CSV, filtering into the micro farms. That's going to be your recent buyers, long-term homeowners, focus farm, which is their gold farm, or your likely movers. Automatic updates of ownership, email notifications of those updates, show availability of premium data, taking of notes, print labels, print reports, input personal records, core fact data output, output to top producer, integration comps to property, heat map functions, property profiles, and create a farm up to 3,000 records a month. And what you have to pay for, $1 is 1 credit, and wallets are purchased in 20 credit increments. If you'd like to do a huge credit purchase, just email us, and we can do that for you instead of you just having to do the 20 credit increment every single time. And we're most likely going to offer you a discount as well. But the NODs, or the notice of defaults and notice of trustee sales, are 8 cents each. Phones are 25 cents each. Emails are 4 cents per month, and they are licensed. Marriages, deaths, births, divorces are $5 each. The mail merge functionality is $12 a year, and the listing and equity is $19.95 a month. But with that listing and equity of that $19.95 a month, it does come with the mail merge functionality. It also comes with 5 free credits. And it also comes with the ability to use our complete email marketing system and the ability to license 5,000 emails at no extra cost. So if you're going to be doing any email marketing, that listing and equity pricing at $19.95 a month is kind of a no-brainer, because at 4 cents per month license, those emails can get pretty pricey, and you get 5,000 licensed emails at that $19.95 per month level. So with that being said, before I take you guys through the site and give you a quick little walkthrough, are there any questions?
Yes. For the notice of defaults, are you able to supply us with phone numbers for those? Because that's a problem I'm running into. I'm getting property
No
addresses.
questions? All right, I'm going to take you guys inside the site and show you what it's all about.
Hey, Javier,
1 second.
I think you have to be
Yes.
done.
we had a question about notice of defaults.
Okay, what's the question?
Hi Javier, can you hear me?
Barely.
Oh,
Yeah, they're
if you
good.
could, maybe get a little closer to the
Yeah,
phone.
can you hear me
or
now?
The screen, maybe.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, so my question was, for notice of defaults, are you able to supply us with phone numbers for them? Because problem I'm running into is I'm getting addresses for these houses, but a lot of the times I go over there, the people aren't occupying the property. And I'm having a very difficult time contacting these people. If I could you possibly get us phone numbers on notice of defaults?
You're kind of going in and out a little bit. I heard you really clearly for like the first few sentences, and then after that, you kind of went out a little bit.
Do you guys know where the microphone is?
I think it's here.
It should be on your computer.
Okay, what I said was, for notice of defaults, could you possibly supply us with phone numbers? Phone numbers included in that? Because the problem I'm running into is I'm getting addresses for notice of defaults, but when we go to the properties, a lot of the time, people aren't in the property anymore.
Or don't answer.
Or they don't answer the door, so I'm
Gotcha.
having a very hard time getting in front of these people.
Gotcha. So I'm just gonna answer that question real quick. But if you go into a farm, so I'm in my Long Beach condo farm, and you go to your notice of defaults. I don't have any in here. Let me get one just so I can show you.
And while you're
When you
looking,
download this record, it just gives you the property information, right? But if you click on any of these highlighted things, it takes you into this property information. And right here where it says email, it says get available record. For phone number, that's blank. But if we had that record, it would just say get available record there. So that's a good way to check to see if we have that phone number there by just clicking into that property, and it'll say get available records there. Another thing you can do is if you purchase, let's say you purchase all 10 of these notice of default, if you come into phones, you can filter by purchase notice of defaults. And I only have one in there, so I wasn't expecting anything, and it showed us that we didn't have the phone number. But you can filter by purchase notice of defaults or any of the purchase premium data and cross-match that. And that would be the best way to see if we have that phone number for those notice of defaults.
okay, Javier,
Did I answer that question?
yeah, hang tight for just a second. I've got another source that I can get them phone numbers. So when that happens,
Okay.
all you have to do is email me the address of the property, and I have a system that can pull every phone number ever associated with the property.
Can I send you 1,000 addresses?
No.
Can I
How about
send
like
you,
30?
can I send you 20 addresses?
Okay, so that's a fee-based system,
Okay,
so I need you to be very selective.
that's fine, and I totally understand, if there's a measurable result from it, I don't think
Yeah,
that
we
cost is necessarily.
I believe we only get a certain amount a
Of
month
polls?
that we can pull.
Okay,
So do this for me, don't send me like 20 at a time.
Okay.
Send me like maybe 3 or 4 a week.
okay,
Yeah, I need you to be very selective with that.
But can't you
Yes.
put that address into Cole, and won't it pop
I
populate
tried.
the
It
phone
doesn't.
I
numbers?
use Inquizo. Inquizo's really good for that.
Is Inquizo the same as Cole?
No.
It's not, so it's not just plugging in?
No, it's not,
Getting a phone number?
yeah, you have to have a specific address, whereas Cole, you can punch in like almost a farm,
Yeah,
and it gives you all of them. No, this is very specific.
Okay.
so maybe going to a house and seeing that maybe somebody still lives there and then giving her that address.
Yeah.
So have it a second round.
Okay,
Well, and even if the house is empty,
yeah, well,
because
that's
it's
the thing,
every-
because they still own the house.
well,
Yeah.
and it's still, remember, it's every phone number ever associated with the property.
Okay.
So you could end up with owners' phone numbers that was there 7 years ago. Or you could end up with like,
That fits in.
a family member
Yeah.
that stayed there for a couple of months. So
Okay.
that's how that works.
Okay, fantastic, thank you, Jamie.
Okay, are you guys all, does anybody have any other questions for Javier? Okay, okay, Javier, continue, please.
Alright, so I just logged into my account, and the first thing I'm taken to is my farm manager, so I can look at all of my farms. And you can see you can manage as many farms as you'd like. These green ones are polygon farms that are made from the app, and these maroon ones are walking farms made for the app. If you scroll down, you have orange ones. Those are farms that you either created yourself or were created for you by customer service. So you see the farm name, the date created, type, the turnover rate, number of records, last updated. Last updated is not the last time we ran that farm and checked for updates, it's the last time a record was updated inside of that farm. Right here for the email notifications, so the email notifications are sent out twice a month. They're sent out between the 1st and the 5th and the 15th and the 20th. We do that because if you can see, I'm managing a lot of farms with a lot of records. My inbox will just become inundated with emails if I receive them every day. But you can receive them every day, every other day if you'd like, once a month, once a week, whatever it is, we can make that happen. But for this farm right here, I'm not receiving those email notifications. If I wanted to see them, I would just click that box, and now I'm receiving those. And to check it, or click it again, I'm now not receiving those email notifications. So right here is a premium data section. You see this first farm says processing. When you create a new farm or a farm's created for you, it takes 24 to 48 hours for all of the premium data to process. So that's going to be your live events, those phone numbers and emails. So just keep that in mind when you're looking at your farm, looking for that premium data. Just give it a day or two. and that premium data will process there for you. Shareable features here, you can rename a farm, download CSV, download into Corfax, download into the Vulcan 7 dialer, a new dialer that should be coming soon, as well as integration into Mojo. You can email a farm. Emailing a farm is not emailing that farm, it's emailing that farm or those records, those microfarms to yourself or to a different email address. You can print labels, print reports, mail merge letters, or see previous output. Previous output is going to be if you've done any mail merging in the past. You'd be able to see what you sent, so you can send the same thing if you want to, or something different if you'd like to do that as well. But let's scroll down and take you into a farm. So I'm going to go into my Long Beach condo farm. The first thing it does is it takes you to that premium data section. I'm going to switch over to the snapshot, show you all the animated stats that you get. So you get that turnover ratio, the average stay year, or the average time someone stays inside of their home, inside of that farm, average sales price for the last 12 months, and right here are all of those micro farms. We also give you a bunch of graphs as well, so you can look at 1 year's worth of data, 5 years, or 10 years worth of data. If you hover over this button right here, you can download that graph, save it, annotate it, or print it if you'd like. They are dynamic as well, so if you hover over it, you can get a little bit more insight onto what these graphs are saying. We have a whole bunch of graphs in here. Average sales price, absentee versus owner occupied, so on and so forth. They're really helpful, really give you good insight onto what your farm is saying in a graph format. I'm going to click on this first micro farm. It's actually going to be your complete farm. So this is every record in your entire farm. You can look at 10, 25, 50, or 100 records at a time if you'd like. Equity filters here are positive and negative. These equity filters are going to be on every micro farm. That's a new feature that was just added last Friday. Occupancy filters here are absentee, out of state, owner occupied, and out of county. Shareable features here are download CSV, download it to Corfax, download it to the Vulcan 7 dialer, email a farm, print labels, print reports, and mail merge letters. The first micro farm is going to be recent buyers, and recent buyers is anyone who's bought a property in the last 90 days. You can look at 10, 25, 50, or 100 records at a time if you'd like. You get your equity positive and negative filters here, and you get your occupancy filters, absentee, out of state, owner occupied, or out of county as well. Shareable features here, download CSV, download it to Corfax, into the Vulcan 7 dialer, so on and so forth. These shareable features are going to be the same in every micro farm. Next up is out of state. These are all of your out of state owners. You get the equity filters here, positive and negative. Out of state is one of my favorite places to use these equity filters also. In the equity section, I like to do it obviously, but I also like to do it in the gold farm as well, but I'll cover some of that when we get there. Shareable features here are the same. Download CSV, download the Corfax into the Vulcan 7 dialer, so on and so forth. We also give you the ability to look at these properties on a map, so if you click that, you can look at these properties on a map. If you click that, it hides that map, so you have that ability to do that there. Next up are going to be your absentee owners. Absentee owners are also most likely going to be your renters. A couple of ways I find renters. The owner's name is an LLC. That's normally a giveaway. If the site address is different from the mailing address, that is normally a giveaway as well. And if the mailing address is a PO box, that's normally always a giveaway there. You get equity filters here, positive and negative. Occupancy filters here, absentee, out of state, owner occupied, out of county. And the same shareable features here as well. Next up are going to be those owner occupied homes. Equity filters here are for positive and negative. And if I were to actually complete this equity analysis, let's say I go positive out of my 3,719 records. If I click that for positive, I'm going to find the equity by scrolling all the way to the end, and that's where it'll be laid out there for me. Next up is my new homeowners. This is anyone who's bought a property in the last 24 months. And I get the question all the time, what do I need new homeowners or recent buyers for? They just bought a property. They're not really looking to sell. Well, I just read a stat the other day that some 90% of people don't remember the last realtor they used to buy or sell their home. So these are really good new introductions, new relationships. Maybe not a sale now, but could be a sale a few years down the road. You have equity filters here, positive and negative. occupancy filters here, absentee, out-of-state, owner-occupied, and out-of-county, and same shareable features here as well. Next up is going to be the gold farm or your likely movers. The most popular question I do get is, Javier, I've signed up, I've got a farm in there, what do I do now? I always recommend people go to the gold farm or your likely movers. These are people that we run a very advanced, very complex algorithm to give people who might be looking to move in the next 12 months. These equity filters here are really valuable for these people. So 2,752 records if I go positive, 1,824 records in my likely movers farm that have positive equity. If you come to this equity section as well, all of these arrows at the top are filters. So if I click this once, it's going to filter it one way. If I click it again, it's going to filter it the other way. Didn't actually do that filter there. We're still doing some updates, but it will work for you guys in your account. Occupancy filters here are absentee, out-of-state, owner-occupied, out-of-county, and same shareable features here as well. Download CSV, download the Corfax, so on and so forth. Long-term homeowners is anyone who's been in their property longer than 13 plus years. Filters here are 2 to 4, 5 to 9, 10 to 13, 13 plus, and empty nesters. But what these filters are is these are the Mike Ferry filters. So he's going around the nation right now doing a talk on how to market to these specific subgroups. So that's why they're there. If you go on Google, you can find a little bit more information on that as well. Equity filters here are positive and negative, and same shareable features here as well. What I really like to do with those long-term homeowners is I like to compare it to that average stay year. If they're there longer than that average stay year, then it's a really good indicator that they might be looking to move sometime soon. Homeowners exemption, you get equity filters here, occupancy filters here, absentee, out-of-state, owner-occupied, out-of-county, and same shareable features here as well. Download CSV, download it to Corfax, so on and so forth. Potential flippers. So potential flippers is going to be anyone who's bought a property in the last 90 days and already has it listed back on the market. So if you're targeting flippers, this is a great place to be. Occupancy filters, absentee, out-of-state, owner-occupied, out-of-county. Equity filters here, and same shareable features here. Download CSV, download to Corfax, into the Vulcan 7 dialer, so on and so forth there. Stay years. So stay years is going to be anyone who's been in the farm the average stay year plus or minus 2 years. This is also one of my favorite micro farms because I think it's a really good indicator on when people might be looking to move. Equity filters here are positive and negative. Occupancy filters, absentee, out-of-state, owner-occupied, and out-of-county. And same shareable features here as well. What I really like to do here is come and filter by the sale date and then download it as a CSV. That way I have a long list of every single record of who's been there the longest or the least amount of time in order, and it really gives me an organized view of how that farm looks. Next up is recently updated. So this is going to be all your recently updated properties. I don't have any in this farm, but if I did, there'd be properties here highlighted in a lime green. And you can find those in all of the micro farms. They'll be highlighted in the green. And whatever that update is, we're just letting you know that something is going on at that property. So it's just a good indicator. Maybe you want to watch those properties, see if anything really big is going on there. The next one I want to cover is flag. So if I come to my stay years tab, and let's say I'm going to do some mail merging to the stay years tab, but I know Sydney, and I don't want Sydney to receive any of my marketing. So I'm going to move her to flag. What I do is I select her name, scroll down, click move the flag, and now she is in that flagged micro farm. So flag was built to take people out of your output. That's what it was originally built for, but I've seen people use it for a few different other things. One of those things is, I'll use 20 as my example. People will move 20 records over here and they'll use it kind of as a watch list. So they'll just watch those properties, see if anything is going on. The other thing I've seen people use it for is they'll move 20 properties over here and they'll micro market to those properties. Reason being is you still have the same equity filters, same occupancy filters, and same shareable features here as well. But just know that if you do any marketing in any other micro farm, these people won't receive any of that output. To move that back into my farm, I just select that name. I'm going to actually find that record. So I'll just select that name, and then I'll move them back into that micro farm by hitting reinstate. and then they're back into that micro farm that they were in. A couple other things I want to cover on the free version. You guys have a new subdivisions tab up here. So if you click on subdivision, it's going to take me to Los Angeles because that's where my laptop is. But if you type in an address, the city, so if I type in Whittier, click continue, it's going to take me to all of the subdivisions in Whittier, so I can do Friendly Hills, Sun Gold Hills, all of that. So that's a really cool new feature that you guys have at your disposal. You also have the heat map up here. So you can look at 30 days, 60 days, 12 months, or 24 months worth of data. If you type in a city, it'll bring that up. This can take a little bit of a while to load. So for the presentation's sake, I'm just going to kind of skip over that, but it is here for you to use at your disposal. But that pretty much covers all of the free portion of the site. Are there any questions on that free portion?
It's a lot, isn't it? I mean, there's a lot of information. It's a robust system. You guys don't have any questions so far?
I think they're still processing the
Yeah.
information.
How do you get on there? I guess I don't.
Okay,
How do I
so
get the app?
if you guys, I know Tracy, I know you have the Walking Farm, Premier Services, or the Chicago Title Now. Okay, so.
Was there a question or?
Oh, yeah, hey, hang on, Javier, hang on.
Okay.
I need to get you on it, basically.
Yes, okay.
I can't remember if we've signed you up or not, Josephine, I don't know.
I don't think so, not yet.
Okay, so,
You'll probably need
Yeah,
to do a
all
round
of- I
with,
think everybody
have
in there.
Brianna and Jody schedule it, and then just do a round.
yeah,
Yeah, just do them all together, like we had talked about doing
Yep.
it before.
Yep.
I think that needs to start happening.
Yeah. Okay, Javier, go ahead.
So I get into the office.
Okay. So that's the completely free portion. The things you have to pay for on this screen right here is listed, and that's part of that 1995 level. With these listed properties, you get an email notification on when it's listed, pending, and sold. And when it's sold, you also get the realtor's info along with that sale. So that's that. Also, all listed properties are removed from your output. So any mail merging, printing labels, printing reports, all of that stuff, all of those listed properties will be taken out of that available output. Next up is equity. So these are all the equity, all the properties that have equity inside of my farm. This is my favorite portion to do the mail merge in. I think it brings the most value to those people. So out of my 2,937 record farm, if I come over here to positive, 2,892 people with positive equity. If I wanted to mail merge that into a letter, I would just come here to this shareable feature, click merge letters. My account's not completely upgraded, but it would show me a list of letters, and I'd be able to complete that mail merge there. And I cover a lot of those mail merges and some of the advanced features of the site in a 2.0 version of the presentation that I do as well. A couple other features that you guys have is you do have that premium data available. So if I come to my view farms, my farm manager, come into my Long Beach farm, I did collect the notice of default earlier, so that notice of default is there. And the NOD and NPS document type will be scrollable, and it'll be available all the way at the end. If I come into my notice of trustee sales, at the top it lets me know there are no new records available. So very clearly stating there. If I come into phone numbers, it tells me there are 90 new records available. I did kind of cover these filters earlier. I really love these filters. I love cross-matching the emails and phone numbers for like a constant contact type of thing. I also love doing it with the long-term homeowners and my owner-occupied homes. I love doing it, cross-matching those emails and phone numbers for those people as well. But to collect these phone numbers, you just type in however many records you want. You click Get Records. This is a little disclaimer letting you know it hasn't been scrubbed against the Do Not Call list. If I were actually to click I understand and OK and get this phone number, it'd be available by scrolling all the way to the right, and the phone number would be right there for you. Question I get all the time is, can I download these phone numbers? The answer is yes. You You just click this share button right here, you click download a CSV, and it's available for you inside of that CSV, and you can save that if you'd like there. That's how you collect the notice of default, notice of trustee sale, phones, marriages, births, deaths, divorces. The only one that's different are the emails. If you come to this email section, you have to click match email addresses, and this can take a second to process, but there are a couple important things on this screen. One is a disclaimer letting you know about the ICANN spam laws of 2006. I would just glance over that, give it a quick read. And the last two sentences are actually pretty valuable information. Letting you know about, like, if you put something in all caps in the subject line, you're more likely to end in spam, or if you use an exclamation point, you're more likely to land in spam, stuff like that as well. There's also another disclaimer on that page, and that disclaimer is very important. It's letting you know about the SPF code. That SPF code is something that you have to send to your email provider so that your email doesn't land in spam. If you're using an AOL, Yahoo, Gmail, something like that, you definitely want to send that code to them, but I recommend it for everyone. This has taken a while to process. I must have a bad Wi-Fi connection, but on the screen you're going to see the number of records, the number of records available, how many are currently in your address book. If you have any in your address book, it takes it out of your available to license. Then it'll have the number of records with a little box. So you just choose how many records you like. You'll scroll all the way to the bottom of the page, and you'll click order records, and then those records will be available in your address book. To get to your address book, you just click this address book button right here at the top, and it does take you to your address book. I do cover the email marketing system in a 2.0 class because it is the most complex part of the entire system. And I know with the presentation in this demo it can be a little overwhelming, so I just break those up into two. A couple other things I do want to show you. If I come back to my farms, the Create a Farm feature, so if you just click this button, it takes you to the map, so you can type in an address, city, or zip code to take you to a specific place on that as well, on that map as well. If you click the hand, this is where you move that map. If you click the arrows, that's how you draw that map. So you just draw that farm wherever you'd like it to be. You click continue. I just normally click all properties, but you guys can do whatever you'd like there. You have some parameters right there if you'd like to specify that search, but you just click get count. This can take a second to process as well, but at the end it's just going to give you the number of records available. You choose how many records you'd like, and then you send it to your farm manager, name it, and it's available for you inside of your farm manager, and you get all of those stats pages as well. A couple other things.
Javier,
I do want to, yeah.
I don't know if you said this earlier. Did you, so that part of the system, that's a free portion where they can pull their own farm?
Yeah, that is in the free version, and they can create a farm up to 3,000 records a month. But if they get a farm from you, they can pull a farm for, unlimited amount of records. I actually think the limit is 50,000 records. But I don't see anyone making a farm that big.
No. Okay.
And so that create a farm feature is just limited to 3,000 records a month.
Okay. All right.
Per farm or per?
So 3,000
the last
total.
few-
Total, right, Javier? So
Yeah.
3,000
Yeah.
total.
So if they do, what is it, 6 farms of 5,000 record or of 500 records, and that would reach that 3,000 record total there.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, the last couple things I wanna go over. Right here are those farms that were made from the app. The only reason I show these is because sometimes they do look a little bit differently. The graphs right here is something that we're still working on getting that all shown. But all of these graphs are still here. They are available there for you. All the micro farms work the same. Just kind of depends on how many records and all of that will have everyone inside of those micro farms. My app farms are normally about 50, 60 records, so they all tend to normally fall in that same micro farm there. If I come back to that home page, right here are your settings. If you're going to do any mail merging or any email marketing, it's really important that all of your settings are filled out because all of those tags inside of those letters is where this information would pull from. So really important that this stuff is filled out if you're going to be doing any of that. You can edit your logo and picture right here. You can upgrade your account right here. If you're having trouble uploading your logo and picture, just send it over to our support team and we can do that for you. Right here is support. So if you come down to the FAQ, you get a breakdown of our most popular questions and what everything costs per month. And then if I come back right here, contact support, you just create a new ticket. When you create a new ticket, you just fill out this information. They can help you with anything from changing your email address to doing a phone call with you to doing a video sharing conference with you to share their screen, walk you through whatever you're still having trouble with, so on and so forth. Very valuable resource there. And the last thing I want to cover are the training videos. And I saved this for last, and we are uploading new videos right now. But I saved this for last because when my dad hired me about 6 months ago, he didn't train me. He just told me to go watch the training videos. So I got to log in, watch the training videos, and that's how I learned to do the whole presentation, the whole walkthrough, all of that stuff there. So I always save that for last because I think they're very valuable, very helpful, can really help someone learn how to navigate the site. But with that being said, are there any questions? Anything you guys want me to go over again? Anything like that?
What's the name of the app?
Oh, okay, so, hey, hang on, Javier. So I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna help you
Okay.
guys with all that.
Okay.
Yeah, because it all ties together and, well, I'll get you all set up.
So this is geared towards an individual agent,
Yes.
and there's a lot of free stuff for them. So I think everybody should at least, sign up and get into the free stuff, whether you're farming, whether you wanna create, opportunities with people who just bought, whatever that is. Is there something for a team?
So, Javier,
Yeah.
what would be the best way to utilize this in a team setting? Because obviously, I'm sure you're familiar with Keller Williams, and most everybody within Keller Williams is on a team. This group in particular. So how can what's the best way?
So the best way to really do it is for everyone to have their individual account. And I say that because of that email marketing and the mail merge features. Everyone's going to want it branded for themselves. So I would just say everyone have their own account. And something that we've done for teams is if you guys have a large team, we can sign you up on a discounted rate if you want to go at that listed in equity feature. But if everyone has their own account and you guys all upload all of your stuff, that's the way it works best. Just because of that branding and those email marketing and those mail merge letters. But if you guys aren't going to use those features and you want to do it as a team and just use the free version, you can do that. I would just create a team account and give everyone the login. Just keep in mind that if multiple people are logged in at the same time, it might log a couple people out. So those are my 2 recommendations there. But I do believe it works best if everyone has their own account.
Okay. You guys have any other questions?
So
Ricky?
if you've done an active farm and you go over to the phone numbers, for example, and it says 0 records found, does that mean that they just?
All right, well, if there are no other questions, I just wanted to thank you guys for your time, and I hope you guys got, oh, there is another question, sorry.
Yeah, hey, I'm getting the questions and then I'll ask them for you. So if they have a farm in there and they try to get the phone records and it says 0, that basically means that you don't have any records for that farm, correct?
Correct.
Okay. All right, hang on, let me see if anybody else got some more questions.
And then emails cannot be exported, correct?
No, they cannot.
Okay.
Now, if you send out an email and they respond, then you have their email address. So you can take it at that point.
Okay.
Anybody else? Okay, Javier, I think that's it. Very much appreciate you jumping on today. I'm gonna talk to this group a little bit and then, what did you say that you would like for everybody to do in order to move on to a 2.0 training?
So I just recommend that everyone creates their account gets a couple farms in there, just kind of plays around with the system, gets a good grasp on that free portion. Because in the 2.0, all I really cover is the email marketing and the mail merges. But for that 2.0, you want to make sure you have a good understanding of the system and what you do and what you don't want to do with it. So that way you know if you need to come or not, and you know what questions you want to ask, because I do answer a lot of those advanced questions in that class as well.
Okay, all right, perfect. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye. Disconnected. Lisa. All right, guys. So, remember when I said, I think I said it in front of you guys last week when we were in here last? It's like almost learning like another CRM, right? It's a mini version of a CRM, so it's pretty robust, but you can see it can be very useful too. So give me some feedback. What do you guys think?
I'll be getting on there and using it.
You will?
Yeah, that's what I say, it's not on my phone yet, so.
Okay, so, good. Is there anybody, and just be honest with me, honestly, if you use it, great. If you don't, no matter, it doesn't really matter to me. I just wanna know, is there anybody that won't use it, thinks it's too much? Tracy?
Tracy always has something.
It's okay, tell me.
As long as I can get phone numbers for these addresses, that would be of value.
Cause that's what me and Tracy have been doing recently,
Yeah.
we're just having a little bit of difficulty with it.
Getting phone numbers?
No, just, so we have the list, the notice of default list of the addresses, but when we go there, there's either cars in the driveway and no one's answering the door, they've got like a million stickers on their door from, you know, not paying bills or whatever, or their property's completely empty and the owner's nowhere to be found.
Okay, so with the NODs, we'll work together on that. You just need
Well,
to know that.
and just with any property, like the address, unless, I don't know, I feel like nobody really answers their doors when we door knock. So I think phone numbers and emails is a great resource to get in there another way, you know? Emails and, yeah.
Who's doing open houses? Is everybody doing open houses? I think that's a phenomenal way to do open houses. Because you can email that entire neighborhood and say, please come to my open house on Saturday.
Can you do a mass email from there, or?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, cool.
Cause right now I just copy and paste in my email from
No, and,
Cole Realty.
and you don't, I mean, all you've got is now you pull
Right.
a farm and you door knock, you send something, you don't have a way to email all those people, right? Unless they're already in your database.
So if we do that, we don't need Cole Realty, because Cole Realty,
Cole Realty is still valuable, it just serves a different purpose
okay,
from this.
okay.
There's another limit of 3,000 as well, I can
Oh, I
take like
see.
2,000 records right now
I
and
see.
do the same thing tomorrow on Cold.
Right.
Yes, it goes out as your email address.
And is there a limit to the amount of emails?
I
that
think
go
it's
out?
5,000.
And I guess this is probably a question for him, when you paid it, I think it was $20 a month for the listings and something else, that pops up expires, right? Like, and since you said automatically every 15 minutes, you'll be the first, one of the first ones to know, just like Vulcan 7, that the property in your
Yeah.
farm has been expired.
That's the way I understand it as well.
Okay.
But
So like the
So that could
devices
be
and
very
stuff,
valuable.
are $5 for each contact or for the whole list?
for each contact. So if you get a notification that says, hey, someone in your farm's getting a divorce, you wanna know who? Pay your $5.
So that's
Yeah,
why all the
so
rest of it's
Ah,
because
wow.
Cost
this
per
is-
lead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which really, that's a very inexpensive lead from what I understand, right?
We're 300 on average
Yeah.
for our cost per leads.
Ooh.
So, yeah, and that's down.
It's down.
Yeah.
What do you think, Greg? Do you,
So it's a cumbersome system, and
Yeah.
I think what would need to happen is when you sit down and meet with them, dive into what their pillars of business are. So are you a phone prospector, are you an open house, are you a door knocker, are you an SOI? What is your pillars of business, and then how will this system help you in that? I think that everybody needs to sign up for it and at least start playing in the system, because if nothing else, you're gonna get some great contact information. I would be willing to look and see what the paid value is, because I know 75% of you won't utilize the paid value of the system, but I think that the team management will. For instance, hey, we just closed on a house, we can go to the system, we can do the email farm, like we can do things on your behalf
Yeah.
that create value for you that are also no cost. So I think that, you know, get everybody in it, learn it, let's do a 2.0. In between now and the 2.0, you come back and get everybody onto their apps, and you'll start seeing some value there.
Okay, so the apps. So we have 3 apps. And Chicago Agent is the first one. Has everybody heard of Chicago Agent or, okay. Well, it's, yes, you have. Chicago
I didn't say
Agent-
anything.
Oh, I thought you said I have not. I was
Nope.
like, Craig, yes, you have.
Was it me?
Oh, okay, so that app actually just has been updated and they're calling it Chicago One now.
Okay, that
So,
one, right.
have you,
I'm
who's
on
got
it.
Chicago One?
I got it.
Raise your hand, I think I saw
think
you
I have
have it,
it.
Josephine, you have it, Ricky, you've got it?
I think I have the walking farm one too.
Okay, and the walking farm. So, we'll go through Chicago at 1. We're gonna go through Chicago Title Now, which is another profile app, and what I do with that one is I show you how you can actually lead generate from that app, even though it's only supposed to be for informational purposes. And then Chicago Title Walking Farm, which is what he was talking about. When you open up the app, it just gives you a map, and it shows you exactly where you are. You can put in an address, or you can just move the map around, and, you create it.
Will it take your location, so
Yeah.
instead of creating it, it shows where I've walked and it'll
Yes.
create it by itself?
Yes, yeah.
So I don't have to put anything in and
Yeah.
I know which houses I.
Yeah, and what it will do, and this is, it's perfect for door knocking. Here, I'm just gonna, it takes just a second, I'm just gonna show you real quick, and then I will come back and get everybody set up. Where's my walking farm? I know you guys won't all be able to see this, but look at, if I go walking farm, see that's where we are?
Uh-huh.
Can you guys all see that? And then I just move it around like that. Say I wanna walk this neighborhood, I hit draw map, put my finger through it, stop, click next, name it, okay. And now what it's doing is it's pulling all of those properties' information, that's gonna tell us if they're owner occupied or rented. So then when you knock on the door, you know how to talk to them. And then, within the list of properties, we'll find out when they bought it, how much they paid for it, the name of the person, and you can put your notes in. And so that's what he's talking about. So every time you pull a walking farm, it's gonna dump into your active farm account.
These things, you just gotta link them up in the app.
Yeah, and so Rihanna's not in here. So here's what, I'm gonna talk to Rihanna. Everybody that doesn't have the apps, how should we do this? Cause I want Rihanna just to send me one master list.
Jody will do it.
Okay, will you please, yeah, everybody that doesn't have it, I just need everybody's email address and name, and I'll make sure, I'll get everybody signed up, so that when I come back to meet with you, all we have to do is just go through it, okay?
Okay.
Go through all those apps. Okay. All right, guys.
Any questions for Jamie?
Okay, well, happy Tuesday. I said Wednesday.
I think they're still processing information.
Yeah, I told you, it's a really robust system, and I know it's gonna take a bit, but I think it'll be worth it.
All right, so schedule Jamie to come back and do the app, and then, let's give ourselves 30 days before we do 2.0, okay? And then let's download the app today. So everybody, let's take 5 minutes, and then we're just gonna jump into the sales meeting. Let's just get it done, get it out of the way, and let's try to get out of here by 12 noon.